You guys hear Steph?
I heard we, and then she dropped off.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes.
And with that, we are Dances with Kobolds, and we are live. I'm going to get this out of the way before I forget about it. But we are streaming for Extralife, so in the doobly-doo down below under subscribe, please consider clicking a link and donating on behalf of Extralife. We are currently streaming for 6 Kids Hospital in Toronto. And tonight, I am joined by...
Oh, is it me? Oh, I'm first this time. Ian, and I'll be playing Gerald Rockefeller Dodge, the Valor Bard. No, not Valor. Lore Bard.
I'm Patrick. I'll be playing Pimble Nugget Forbath, a diviner wizard who got his charitable donation notice today from sick kids from donating. So get yours next year.
Yay!
Or your local.
I'm Brendan. I will be playing Heracles, son of Torm, the human zealot barbarian.
And I am Lorne, and I am playing Hungus Tunjo, the warrior through.
Okay, and Stephanie, these are my portents.
Ooh.
Looks like
Wow.
a 10 and an 11. That's middle of the road. That's not so great.
Oh, it's not so great?
It's
You either
fine.
want high or low.
Why?
Guaranteed
want
fails
high
or guaranteed
to-
saves.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he missed? No, you didn't. You just hit.
Oh,
And-
okay, I get it.
And reading up on it, I have to tell you before you roll. So I can't use them to like stop criticals or anything like that anymore. I have to say I'm using a portent before you roll.
Oh, I don't care. Because I find if you wait beforehand, no one uses it.
Yeah, but I feel like I use them really quickly, so I'm going to try and hold on to them, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't care. It's sort of like you can do it afterwards. It just, I get that they want it to be fair and to stop metagaming, but at the same time, everybody's always waiting for that perfect moment to do it, and I'd rather you use it instead of just, like, not using it out of some weird fear.
We got a full rest, yes.
I'm going to say... Yeah, you have, I'm going to
Yeah,
say...
didn't we go back to town and celebrate rescuing the villagers and all that?
Oh, yes, I am going to say you did. When you get back to town, it's actually quite late after you gather everyone. Oh, let me actually do for our viewers out there what happened. Last time when we met our heroes. Last time when we were where we left our heroes traveled with Pojo to the Dripping Caves, where they entered an alliance with Snigbat, a ambitious goblin who basically said, hey, you get rid of the current boss, Boss Hark, let me rule, and I'll lead you straight there, and I'll let you do whatever you want. You quickly killed Boss Hark and his 2 bodyguards, along with all his pet rats, and then proceeded to kill the 2 ogres, a mated pair, that had basically taken over this goblin tribe. After that, before that, you bully Snigbat into giving up the goblin tribe's treasure. And then you were able to gather up all the missing people, return a beloved item, a little lock, to the Summerhawk family, a family of halflings, And then by the time you made it back, it was quite late, and you all had a quick little feast and went to bed. Now it is the next day, and you wake up and you noticed all the goblins you left here with the guards and Kella and her friends had their heads chopped off. And
Oh,
yes, and their heads were stuck with pikes on the outer wall over here where you guys are now positioned. I shared the map with you. You can all see the map.
Yes.
That serves him right.
but we had an arrangement with them. They lived up to their side of it.
Only one of them did. And actually,
But-
no, we took that one with us.
So
That one's fine.
Is Pojo on the spikes?
No, Pojo was the only one you took with you. The rest you left here.
Remember surface treatment?
Oh, well, I guess we did tell them that helping us was their way to live, but... Oh, okay.
They did kidnap the entire town
Yeah.
and
I
take them to a
guess.
cave with 2 ogres who eat people.
Really?
Yeah, they actually, the people you saved will tell you that a couple of them were eaten. Specifically, they told you that one of them was the man that ran the trading post was eaten, and a couple others were also eaten.
All the ones that we took stuff from?
Not necessarily. But the trading post you took stuff from, definitely.
I left money. Well, that does ease my conscience somewhat, I guess, if we did, our job. Okay.
And as you wake up, the next morning, one of the guards from the tower. Let me quickly get his or her name. One of the guards from the keep, I can't find their names right now, pulls you guys aside and whispers to you quietly. He turns to you and says, "You know that monk and her friends, right?"
Yes.
Kella. He's talking about Kella. The lady
Yes.
you saved. I noticed yesterday while you were gone, we ended up sleeping late, but their people were poking around and asking really interesting questions. They were asking a lot of questions about who now rules Nightstone, and I gave them an honest answer about, she didn't have any heirs, so it's sort of up in the air right now who would be the Lord and Lady of Nightstone. And I also caught some of them going through the trade post and looking up various bits of information. I was still too weak with exhaustion to confront them right then and there, but I suspect they're up to no good. Can you take a closer look at them? I fear they might be taking advantage of our position.
No, we can certainly look into problem. Yes.
Oh, thank you. I was a little afraid if you guys didn't come back. They looked like they were casing the joint. I'm not sure if they're trying to steal something or... I don't know. Be on your guard. They're cleverer than they look.
Well, I know we didn't necessarily think the that everything was on the up and up with Kella, but we were certainly unable to prove anything. What do you guys think? Should we talk to her alone, or do you want to try and get them all together?
Maybe we try to get that boyfriend separate. He seemed less capable than she did.
Yeah, he wasn't that bright. Good with a sword, though.
Well, so which one do we want to talk to?
A boyfriend.
Oh, right. I like the way you think.
He looked more dangerous.
I thought he was handsome. Didn't
But
that
you
happen last
fight
time?
break out, he more dangerous opponent.
Okay, so is he in town? Is that him there?
That is him there. I am adding them
And is
as
she
a
still with
tracker.
us?
Yeah, she's still here too.
So we're talking about asking him when she's standing next to us?
That's the RD Belf, isn't it?
No, oh, this isn't. No, this is an RD Belf. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
this is him. Sorry, I thought you were. I had just literally put him on when you asked.
Well, before we talk to him, what are we going to talk to him about?
Oh, and you notice that not only in the... Now that he's brought this to your attention, you kind of notice a couple things. The night previously, they almost looked shocked that you came back. And they seem to be really chatting up the townsfolk.
Who is?
Both Kella, Zolkin, and the rest of them.
Okay, before he arrives, I want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Oh! Okay, you...
And
So
I
there's
wanna try
there's
and-
no save at the outset, but if I try and go deeper into his mind, he gets a save.
I
Okay.
want to try and stealthily palm a dagger and hide it. So if something breaks out, I want to then prepare the action to fling it at someone.
Oh, and not only the guard, but Morak, who was a former adventurer who currently runs the inn, that was kind of the leader of the townsfolk for the time being and trying to get them out of the dripping caves. Also also has a bad feeling about them, and he was getting really chatted up by the both of them, and he could they're like smoothing, trying to persuade them that they're here to do good and help the town and all this sort of stuff, and that just set off his spidey sense.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's Morak Gray. I don't have a picture of him, sorry. And you notice both Zolkin and Kella is trying to keep her distance from him. It's sort of like, ha, you're so funny, Zolkin, and then she'll go off and try and do something. Trying to, maintain that friendly relation without getting too, close.
Can I cast an Insight?
Sure.
You gonna cast Insight?
Well, Insight check.
Whoa!
He's in the friend zone.
Yeah, and also the during the battle, you asked if they were boyfriend girlfriend, and she said it's complicated.
She sure did.
Basically, you get the sense that he's head over heels in love with her, but she ain't feeling it. But she's maintaining friendly relations because, hey, he did come and try and save her. Alright, so Zolkin enters the room, and you're able to get him alone. So what do you guys do?
Oh, well, what we're going to ask him before we get him alone.
Ask them what they're doing in town. Do they have any? Are they actually here representing someone? Are they? I don't know. Are they who they claim to be? Because who did he? I mean, she's claimed to be a monk. I don't even remember who he told us he was, if anybody.
All he told you at the beginning was he was a friend of Kello.
Yeah. So we never actually interrogated him to begin with.
No, because
he
the
showed up,
orcs came literally like 2 minutes later.
he showed up with a lot of men.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just
Yeah,
walk
are they
around with
still
that
in
many
town?
guys
And
Wait, why
without
don't we
being some kind of like adventuring group or.
why don't we try and get him to tell us everything about himself?
Oh yeah, act really interested.
Yeah, he seems like the type that would totally want to tell us everything if we just showed the minutest interest.
Also, what factions are everyone? I forget.
Factions
Order.
are for, well, things.
Order of the
And-
Gauntlet.
Emerald Enclave.
Order.
Okay.
Rock and roll.
You just
You and me,
all
Hongo.
know that he isn't a member of any of those factions.
Not even of rock?
Well, nah. He has no
With
rhythm.
that haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
No rhythm at all.
Oh, no, but he's got business on the sides, party in the front. He's up front about his partying. Got a flying snake. That's metal.
They
So
both have flying snakes.
Yeah, so questions directed at my target shape the course of its thoughts. So
Okay.
that gives me sort of immediate insight to his surface thoughts without me having to push too much further. So
like, if I'm talking to him, you'll get more information, or you have to talk to him.
Okay.
no, any questions he's asked will sort of shape his responses. So it doesn't immediately tell me if he's lying, but it would, let me know that he's probably thinking of an evasion or something like that as a way of letting us know what's going on. So, I'll be able to, tell when he's trying to lie or thinking of something else, depending on what you ask him. And, if worse comes to worse, I can try and delve deeper into his mind, but there's a chance that he can block me and he'll know what I'm doing if I go too deep.
So you're saying you're saying if he has threading, he might be all sunshine and lollipops and rainbows and that's going on inside his head while he talked to us.
Yes.
All right. So he enters the room. Who's doing the talking?
Go face, man.
Oh my fuck, I'm in.
Ask what he does for a living.
Hey, bro. You got a pretty sweet shop here. Hey, you want to try some of these chicken wings?
I didn't realize he was eating something. Sorry, Boo. Okay, so
So yeah, I'll start with that. I'll do the whole bro thing, face full of food. Hey, bro, got some chicken wings here. Got a pretty sweet setup.
And you detect some of his surface thoughts going, isn't he the son of a noble? Wonder if I can get in his good graces. It would be, the snail would be most pleased. And he'll go, sure, bro.
All right. So, pretty sweet setup. So, what do you guys do? Like, go around and pick up contracts? Are you guys, like, touring?
Oh, we don't tour per se, but we do pick up some contracts, help folks. Like my dear sweet Kella. She's
Oh, yeah. Pretty sweet, bro.
A bunch of nasty thoughts come over the detective thought spell.
See, I'm a bit of a tourer myself. See, I tour around, play a bit of music, and I'll strum on my guitar. And, the chicks just love that. But you don't have to worry about me. Don't worry about me. Anyway,
Anyone looking just sees Pimble's eyes go wide. It's like, that's filthy.
Or more like emo, like, she's the best girl, but she doesn't really like me, but now she won't like me.
Hey, what if I wrote this love song once? How about I'll pass it on to you, and you can write it off as your own. How about that? Help a brother out.
Ka-ching! Comes through his thoughts. You know, we could use a couple very capable bards like yourself. In my team, we call ourselves the Seven Snakes.
Oh, I'll be like, I'll hold up my hand like a snake head and do like a. That's a cool name, bro.
Yeah.
I like that. I can see that. Yeah. What do you got? What exactly do? You say you help people. Like, how do you help people?
Oh, you know, we take contracts and go around to various towns and help floundering towns like this one. It was terrible what happened to them here, and their trading company, the Lion Shield Coster. I heard that the poor gentleman that ran the place is no more. Horrible shame, horrible shame. What we would do is help them out economically. You know, come in with resources and boost the local economy through
Philanthropic endeavors. I got it. Yeah.
Okay, I want to dig deeper into his mind at this point because I
Okay.
can tell he's saying that, and with Gerald saying philanthropic endeavors, I want to get past whatever surface thoughts to actually figure out whatever Zolkin is really thinking about, whether or not it's philanthropic or not. So that's going to be a wisdom save for him.
Okay. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh, a 9. He does not notice at all. His thoughts are too full of new schemes he's developing to not only gain more power, but to win Kella's love.
I just thought they'd be full of naked Kella.
It's not just, at this point, it's not just physical. He's you know, like
He's infatuated. He's enthralled and fixed, but in like the bad way.
He's smitten, but not in the fun paladin-y way.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you think if you can sway this town for your superiors, you'll win Kella's affection?
Oh well. You're very perceptive. Is she into me? Did she talk about me at all? You know?
Well, I don't know. I really could never, ever, betray someone's confidence. Of course.
I mean, she talked about some guy named the Snail.
And then with that, he sort of snaps back like, the snail. Her. Oh. Oh, he's and then he regains his composure and goes, he's just friend. Friend who gives us contracts. You know, he's a very astute businessman.
Okay, I just want to straight up insight check that.
Yeah, ditto.
Okay, with that 22, I'm going to need to double check some things in the story.
He's just so handsome.
I'm blowing my high rolls early, guys.
That's twice you've rolled a 19 for an insight check
I
on
know.
this guy.
He is reading his mind.
You gain an
right?
image. You gain it with both the insight and your detect thoughts, and it not being noticed at all. You realize that the snail is a halfling who is a spy. Oh, here we go. In Daggerford. And that, he's that guy's employer.
Okay.
And you also know now, because you have dug deeper into his mind, and he's doing all these sort of like calculations, that he's a Zentarum mercenary. Zolkin is.
Okay.
And yeah, you dug into his mind. He didn't know. He's too obsessed with gaining power for Kella. So he's an easy to mark. He doesn't have a lot of substance. You know that Kella was sent on a mission to try and take over the town. And you know this because he has a memory of, of sadness of her leaving for this mission and being worried about her on his mission. But then him being happy that, her snake arrived, and she wrote this wrote a letter that he interpreted as totally like, oh, come save me. But it was really more like, oh my god, get me out of here. Ugh, I have to call you. Okay, give me a ride. And you know that the snail relaxes at the Shining Tavern and Inn in Daggerford, and is really close with the Duchess. And the Duchess has been employing Zentram mercenaries like Zolkin. That's what you get. You get a lot.
When do we get share thoughts again?
That's like a 5th level spell, man.
Yeah, I'm a ways away from that, but I will get it.
All right, and with this, what else do you guys want to do?
Is there anything else I should ask him?
What's in it for the what does the town have to provide you and I will just look at him and go, and the Zentarum for the aid that they provide.
His eyes immediately turn from, yeah, I'm doing a great job, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna get this rich noble's son on our side, and it's gonna be great. And to, like, immediate panic, but he's trying to play cool.
Come on, you got something on your face there. Yeah, right there. It looks, yeah, your jaw's down. You should probably put that up. There you go, bro.
When I see Pimble play his trump card like that, I'm going to very conspicuously walk up to the group and stand behind poor Zolkin.
All right, do you want to move your token?
I accidentally muted my mic. What'd you say?
Do you want to move your token?
Are we like actually standing like this?
Oh, I thought this is how we're standing?
I mean,
This is not how I envisioned us standing.
Well, if you
I thought it was
wanted
more
the
like
people who are
this.
talking to him are really far away.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't want to. No, I didn't want to be right beside him because I wanted to be a little bit subtle about reading his mind.
Okay, yeah,
I just
saying...
assumed that Gerald was sitting on the rock, stuffing his face with the chicken wings.
Oh, I'm distracting him so he can get into his mind while asking him all these questions.
Yeah, and I would have been like, either sulking in the corner or standing next to the door as a, rear guard.
I kind of assumed like there was a bar here.
Yeah, I'm just saying you're
I
in
mean,
like a tavern or a bar, and you were able to lure him in here because he did come in here with the intent of possibly flipping you guys.
What, like he was going to buy us for cheap and renovate us and then sell us for more?
Definitely.
No. More that he knows you're a noble's son, and, gaining him another rich ally would be great, and you guys have also proven yourself to be effective fighters, so it would be smart to maintain friendly relations with you.
I mean, we're not necessarily opposed to what you're doing, but, we're not really into hugger-muggers and other people who, do more devious things. You certainly aided us in, saving the town from the other, creatures that tried to invade it. So, just so you know, we're not adversaries here, but we just want to make sure you're not here to loot the town any worse than the ogres or anybody else were.
And then with that, he'll sort of be at ease, and he'll be like, oh, no, we're not going to loot the town. And in the back of his mind, resents. We're taking every single penny from this town, but it'll be,
Yeah, we're all about the little guy, bro. Like, and I'm gonna put my arm around him, and I'm gonna hold him in tight, and I'm gonna be like, so you know what it is, helping the little guy, right, bro? You always have to do it. If not, there's bad things happen when you don't help the little guy. It's something about the underdog, and he bites up, and guess what's down there when he bites up? And oh, bro, you don't want that. No, sirree. Intimidate. To try and get him to be a little more cooperative with us.
He's intimidated. He's intimidated.
I was gonna say I'm trying to give him the help action by just being a big intimidating presence behind the guy.
But
You're just flexing.
Yeah.
I'll roll it again just to see if we get better.
Sure, you could crit. Oh! He is.
Yeah, you are intimidating, man.
He's terrified. Not only was he a little terrified of the fact that Pimble figured out he was a Zent, but now both Heracles and Gerald are terrifying him.
So while holding him close again, still, I'll whisper in his ear and dropping the bro thing completely. Yeah, maybe. Do we want? Oh, out of character. Do we want him to take us to Snail, or do we want him out of here?
I think just out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you and I'm gonna hold up my other hand in a mock snake and go. The 7 snakes should slither on out, and I'll say it quietly, and all the bro stuff is gone.
And with that, I'm going to say at least his thoughts, Pimble, are now just grabbing Kella and booking it out of here as fast as possible. Abandoned ship.
Can I just sharpen a knife in the corner of the room and catch his eye as I'm doing it?
Yeah, you can do that. You look pretty badass. He's even more terrified now. And Pimple, you get the sense that he wants to grab her, like, triumphantly still and, dash off into the sunset.
I'd go with that thought. And with that, the spell's going to end, and he will know that I was reading his mind.
And with that, he's going to get pissed and be like, you son of a bitch.
Don't.
I can also tell you the way to Kella's affections.
That's when I do the slurp after the affections.
Now, this is not going to be good.
He sits there, still pissed off, but intrigued.
I'm gonna. I'll give him I'll assist him.
What?
I'll give him help action.
So I was trying to deceive him on that one.
Okay, yeah, you get the help. Oh! Okay, so that's gonna be a whiz on his part?
No, this is just a straight deception check on my part, because I'm telling him I can kind of help him, which isn't really a lie, but it's not like I really can. I can, give him the insight that I have in her.
Tell him all the things your grandma told you on how to woo a woman.
He's like, you guys, I will take Kella and I will leave. I will never bug you again. But, so, how do I get into Kella's affections?
The way to get to Kella's affections is to stop acting like a little puppy dog around her. Show her that you can lead and be in charge and
lead.
Help her, but respect that she is probably better than any one of you and your 7 snakes. And just show respect to her and let her know that you're there, but, she doesn't respect you. You've got to earn her respect.
And that was actually some great advice for everyone.
My great aunt taught me terrible language, but she imparted wisdom.
Yep. All right, and with that, Zoe can be like, fine, I'll leave. And with this really pissed off look on his face, but he takes your words to heart.
We don't know. I thought the spell ended.
No. You can just tell on his face that he's pondering it.
So we humiliated him so far he came out normal? Like he went so far through the humiliation he came out the other side?
No, it was just great life advice, period.
Well, I meant everything combined.
Okay. With that, he's going to go to Kella and try and tell Kella to politely leave.
I guess we'll watch from the doorway of the inn, playing a slow strumming song.
With that,
So what do you think? Are we going to be here to titty-toik this place, or are we just going to leave it and let them fix it up on their own?
Well, I think we should make sure it's safe and then proceed on travels.
and you know what? Kella's going to come to wherever you guys are and just stare at you with this fury in her face. And Zolkin just sort of leaves her to it, doesn't follow her around, just goes and begins grabbing the men and saying, we gotta get out of here. And Kella's gonna go up to you and say, when the snail discovers what you guys and what went down, you will know his fury.
Would you say he'll be salty? Because he's a snail?
That's
What?
slugs.
That's funny.
That's slugs.
Damn it, that's funny.
She'll just be like, that's not funny, you're a loser, bye-bye.
Don't let Thor hit you on behind on the way out.
And maybe the snail should be more worried about what the Duchess has in mind.
The Duchess is wrapped around his finger. I hope you know, if you guys ever enter Daggerfall, you're dead.
Oh, don't worry, you'll know if we enter.
And she will just leave.
Look, I have a flyer. That's how you'll know.
What is it? What does your flyer say?
It says Jared Rockefeller Dodge, tonight only. Insert name here.
I
Insert
assume you mean name of the establishment.
Yeah, insert name of town here.
She
I
takes
think
it,
we should go
crumbles
to
it up, and
Daggerfall.
throws it in your face, and then leaves.
I think she likes me.
Oh, it's
I think she
Zolkin
likes
too.
you more than she likes Zolkin.
Could be. I mean, that's not hard.
She's a Hayden, but I would actually take her words to heart, guys. I think
Hooray!
Actually, I want to insight check how much she might like Gerald.
A lot.
It's a love-hate relationship. It's one of those she's playing hard to get.
Wait, Gerald will know this. Oh, yeah!
Never in 1,000 years, bud. Zolkin has a better chance than you.
Oh, wow, that's...
Ooh.
I'm gonna have a single tear.
So, boys, do you want to go to Daggerfell?
That's where she didn't want us to go, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go there. I have to give her my flyer back. Look, I signed
They
it
hang they hang out at the
Before.
they hang out at the Shining something or other tavern. I know that much.
now. Okay,
Shining
so
River.
we have a little deal, Pimble. My mind is mine between 6 and 7. That's Gerald's time.
AM or PM?
Both.
I don't think you have to worry about me wanting to read your thoughts.
Oh,
Oh,
they're quite
shit.
entertaining. Oh, did we lose Brendan? He was starting to talk, and then he...
Oh, I just said, oh shit.
Oh.
Burned.
And you guys are... Wow, that, I thought you guys were actually going to start a fight, but you guys handled that amazingly.
I thought we were trying to start a fight.
No, we're
That's what I thought. I thought we were going to fight this out.
Yeah, that intimidation roll was something else.
Yeah, the intimidation plus the whole, I know everything about you.
Plus, we put him on his ease to start, and then it just slowly ramped up until this is not what he planned.
Yeah, the luring him in. Because now that all the people are back in the town, they're not going to just attack you and murder you.
Oh, we should probably, before we leave, find out who is going to be looking after that trading post, and then grab a few supplies for ourselves, and then head out. Oh, and don't forget the goat.
I would never forget my goat.
Traveling rations are important.
And isn't Heracles just going to claim mastery over this domain?
This
I
is
think he
small
did.
time.
Who's going to take it from me?
So we should probably leave the town with somebody in charge, right?
Right now,
Yep.
Morak Urgray is sort of has become sort of the de facto leader, being that he's a former adventurer, he owns the inn, and...
He seems like the type of hard ass that this town needs right now.
Yes, in fact, he will come to you and say... One sec. Thank you for all that you've done. Are you planning on staying, or are you going to leave?
I think we need to move on. I mean, I know for me, I'm looking to explore the rest of the world.
Always another show, and I have a lady to catch.
Ooh,
What was her name again, that character?
Kella
Kella?
Darko.
Oh, that Kella. Wasn't she just, use Pimble word, a card?
Oh wow, she has 2 unwanted admirers now. Okay.
I'm using
there's
her
no-
to
there's
get
no-
to, what's his face?
Zolkin?
I swear, one of them wants to kill her.
Who?
Gerald. I assume Gerald would want to kill her eventually.
Do you?
Well, for now, it's just fun. It's the chase that's fun. So, I guess we'll head out in the morning.
Yeah, considering you haven't actually performed here, Gerald.
I was
Oh,
out there when they were packing up. And then I did earlier. But I could do one more before we go.
That's
And
kind
I
of-
will. Yep, go ahead.
That's more, sort of background music and things like that. It was inspiring, but it wasn't really a performance.
Good point. And we'll call out the roadies. I can't remember what I named them.
Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
Alvin, Simon, Theodore, and Dave. Because you get 4, right? Or you
You get
only
three.
get 3.
You
3.
get 3.
Then Alvin, Simon, and Theodore.
Yeah, we'll just have Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. To get out, and the few remaining townsfolk is what? There's like a dozen left?
actually, there's a fair bit left because you were quite prompt in going there, but like 3 or 4 people were eaten.
And I will persuade I'll try and persuade the innkeeper to, bring out refreshments of food and try and liven with a slightly, not too over the top, but like a slightly upbeat party. Not a somber, everybody's dead, we got to cry.
Well, what songs will you sing?
Well, first to ask him for the refreshments.
Of course. I actually have some fine dwarven ale that wasn't drank by those goblins, and he'll start pouring it out for the townsfolk. And what
Okay.
little refreshments from their various larders they have, they're bringing it out, and he's making like a stew. That's what's kind of left: stew and biscuits.
And then as for songs, I don't have a song list. So, any Any requests? Before I go to YouTube and pull up my music playlist and just pick something random?
Freebird!
So Freebird, followed by Africa.
Heracles' Silver Hammer.
What?
I'll start riffing on a random song about his silver hammer.
Is that what you have?
No, I need to get one now for that reference to make sense.
Is it Maxwell's Silver Hammer?
Mine.
And do you want me to do a performance check
Yes.
for each song, or for?
Ooh, a 20. It's... You and Alvin, Simon, and Theodore do a really good job.
Alrighty.
And at some point in the night, I just want to go talk to is the priest still alive?
Let me check.
You should be.
He might have been eaten, I'm not sure.
Well, if he wasn't, I just
with them.
if he wasn't, Pimble will just go have a sort of chat with him about the god and religion in general, because he's wanting to learn all he can about other religions outside of his very small gnomish community, and then he is going to go sample every bit of food and alcohol that is up on offer here.
Like, they're all the same. He's just going to take a little bit out of every cup.
Yeah, pretty much. He just wants to try as much as possible.
And we'll finish up the night with classical gas.
Hero Maestrum was the priest. And I don't believe he was eaten by goblins.
Okay.
He is a priest of Lathander, and he thanks you for saving them. He feels morose and depressed over the fact that so many people were eaten and he didn't do anything. Like, for example, he's like the Renara's eldest son Olaf was eaten by goblins. He was only 20-something years old. Olaf.
I would be going around to the townspeople and asking if there was anything we could do for them, seeing as how we were planning to leave the next day.
Well, you got us home safe. You get the sense that you got them home safely, and they're all still in the process. They're all still kind of stunned that not only was their small village attacked, but was attacked by attacked randomly by stones falling from the sky, but also their day or two in the caves. Just terrified them, and they're just happy to be home right now. The vast majority of them.
Oh, and I'll also want to ask her then, like, what was the stone that was taken? Like, why would giants want that?
They all kind of shrug and say, well, we don't know. It had some weird glyphs on it and runes and stuff, and we've had the odd wizard come in and try and study it. It does, it says the wizards have said it's magical, but none of them could figure out exactly what it did.
It was on my third album of sheet music. It was the cover. Metal.
Yeah, we always just took it as some long lost civilization left here, and it was just like a tourist trap almost.
And at this point, Pimble is quite intoxicated from, of course, sampling every bit of booze he can. So he's not going to be doing too much more tonight.
We'll find him at the end of the night and carry him back to wherever we're camped out.
And before you go to bed, Pimble, you're the object of you get a sending spell in your head from the Ardeep elves and from Rons that you met earlier. And they all say, brother, if are you alive? If so, please meet us outside of town. Please meet us outside of town at your earliest convenience. We wish to talk to you some more.
And he's pissed drunk, so whenever Steph tries to tell me something when I'm that drunk, I don't remember it in the morning.
He will.
See you outside in the morning. We're alive and well, and we kicked out the snakes. And okay.
Heracles, make sure he doesn't swallow his tongue when you put him to bed. He's talking in his sleep again.
Oh, Heracles is blasted as well.
Oh, Jesus.
I was nursing a single drink and am not plastered, so I would be willing to take care of the little gnomish one.
We
Heracles
will.
is trying to curl up for the night with Pimble.
One of the big boulders. He's fallen in love with the boulder in center of town.
We're just in the hole that the rock used to be in.
They actually, that hole's like 5 feet deep.
That's fine.
That's plenty deep for me.
The townspeople get you out and put you to bed, and Morak will come to you, Hongo, and say thank you for, and the guard that talked to you earlier, and thank you for kicking those people out. And I assume you told them about what they had planned to do. They were Zentarum and everything else.
Well, assuming that, our gnomish friend told us, then yeah, certainly.
Yeah, I'm kind of assuming you all eventually tell each other everything. We'll keep an eye out and make sure no more than slink in, and I'll send word to Waterdeep and to the Lion Shield Coster, the trading company, to get some people here post-haste. We don't want any Zents ruining what little we have here. Thank you, I greatly appreciate it. Come see me tomorrow when you wake up, before you plan to leave. I might want to ask you a favor. Bye.
Is that of the party or of Hongo?
Of Hongo, because the rest of you are presumably either playing and or drunk.
I assume then I would probably be the first one awake. And
Yeah.
us would be willing to go to this meeting when I was awake.
Yeah, I'm kind of assuming that.
Pulls Pimble out of bed. You'll have meeting.
Oh, take peaches. I'm a little flobly-mobly. I don't... Oh, why? Okay, I'm coming.
I'll start
Yes,
playing a march.
You should come. It's good to keep meeting out of way early.
Okay, and with that, I'm assuming you meet Morak in the inn at the end of the day, or in the morning-ish. It's like 9:30, 10, because you, at least two of you have drunk a fair bit, and you're both nursing mild hangovers. Morak will go, gnome friend. You drank almost as well as a dwarf, considering. Here's a little, your Earl Grey brew, the hangover cure. And you too, Heracles, my friend.
Bright.
I will say thank you. Thank you.
You both drink it, and it's this weird, nasty tasting elixir of various herbs and like cucumber, you think, and it's like a punch of vitamins in your face, which makes you kind of feel better, but it tastes disgusting.
This would be great if it was alcoholic.
I have mixed this with ale myself. It makes it taste worse.
Oh, I'm still a bit water, but I am definitely feeling better. Thank you.
You're welcome. I haven't heard that talk in a long time. I guess your people don't leave your sanctuary often?
Almost never. Only when we're on our Rumspringa do usually people leave, and even then they don't typically go far or talk to man. They usually just go to the elf. Oh.
The elves are decent enough. We buried the hatchet with them at least a year ago. And it was more humans messing with them anyway. They tended to leave adventurers and simple folk alone.
Where did you bury the hatchet? Is it a magical hatchet?
No, it's not a literal hatchet. It's a dwarf phrase.
Heracles looks
the
disappointed.
problem away for good.
Yes, I'm a little concerned with what will happen now that the lady of the place is gone, but I'm sure she has some sort of cousin or something. And they'll continue with the contract. If not, well, oh well. Humans.
I'm sure the Lord's Alliance will send a representative as soon as they hear there's an opening.
Is he a member of the Lord's Alliance? I can't remember.
Pimble? No. He's Emerald Enclave.
No, I was talking Morak.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah, he's just an ex-adventurer. It's like, if they can get off their butts. I never was one for factions myself. Oh, but I got this in here. And it's mostly standing. We'll rebuild to make this place better. Now, anyway, he serves you a breakfast of, like, eggs and bacon and beans. You know, a traditional sort of English fry-up. And, since you guys seem to be adventurers yourselves, I have some very simple requests for you. As you know, a lot of people died as a result of the giant attack, and some have family members not nearby. So, I was wondering if you could go to Golden Fields, Tribor, and Bryn Shander, if you're heading out that way, and just drop these letters off, and, of course, and with that, we'll take a cat carrier, or at least the rough medieval equivalent of a cat carrier.
So, basket.
Like a basket, like one of those soft baskets, but it's encased. With the Tresem named Relix that you caught earlier. The Zelbrins, this is their pet, Relix. I think you've met him, before. He seems rather calm around you. Took me half the night to capture this guy. Has a son named Miros. He lives up in Golden Fields. It's not that far away. If you could just let him know that his parents have passed and give him, relics, it would really be helpful. Otherwise, you know, I'm waiting for the next merchant caravan, and who knows if they'll just sell poor relics. Also, the one who is running the trading post here, Darthag Ulgar, passed in the Goblin Caves, and, well, the only family I know of is his ex-wife, running a trading post up in Tribor. He just drunkenly told me a few stories, but he was the only family ever mentioned. So if you could just let Alestra Ulgar know, I presume she'll send a letter to his parents and siblings or whatever. And finally, my friend Samil Southwell. She was killed in the giant attack, but she has no family here, but she has a brother named Markham up in Bryn Shander. I think he's the sheriff or something. If you could go up there, that's really far away. I don't expect you to do this super quickly, but Icewind Dale is always good for adventures, and it's a good last stop up there in the north. You could just give everyone word that these people have passed on. We would truly be grateful for you.
It should not be too big problem. It might take time, but messages will be delivered.
Oh, good. And he'll give you... It doesn't say if he'll give you gold.
That's because he doesn't. It's more of a hook to get you to go to those places.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, thank you so much. It takes a load off my mind. Now, if you need any more information, I'm always here to help. Oh, and thank you, he'll respond back in Dwarfish and go, huh? And thank you, Hungo. It's good to, people learn in our language.
All right, so where we head first?
I would
closest?
say, yeah, it's just the closest one is the best one to go to.
Golden Fields would be the closest. It's walking a couple weeks, I think.
So it'd take us, what, 4 months to get to the farthest one if we set it just for that?
Yes. But you guys are wayward adventurers, just with no hook in mind, so why not?
Well, we were going to go after the snail, right?
I don't know that we were going to go after the snail, but I mean, we don't really want to just walk into the Zentarum headquarters, do we?
Well, I was looking forward to casually walking into Daggerford one day.
Yeah, no. We all know how this is going to end up, right? We're going to finish the book adventure. We're going to walk our characters into Daggerford. We're going to call them out. There's going to be a big brawl, and then we're going to calmly walk out of Daggerford, never setting foot in the town again because we will never be welcome in the town again.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing.
And Rand Arrowhome is waiting outside for us too. If we want to head out there.
Okay. And is there anything else you need to do in the town before you head out?
I don't think so.
No, just get peaches and ask if we can get rations and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can get rations. Anything off the basic supplies list you can get. Quite frankly, and they're willing to just give it to you because you did save their lives.
I need a battering ram.
Is that on the basic list?
That is on the list of equipment.
But is it? What's the cost?
Is it 25 gold or is it?
I don't know.
A ram portable costs 4 gold.
Okay, then yeah, you're good. It's like either 10 or 25. I forget which.
Yeah. Add it to your list. It's a reward for just saving their butts, I would say. So you now have a battering ram, or at least a mini one.
Should we give it a name?
Mola?
Vera.
I was thinking Broomhilda.
Mola Ram.
Des, and we'll get a second one named Troy. Because
So we have
together
Destroy.
they destroy.
Well, it's more they're designed that they give you a +5 to athletics checks to break down doors, I think.
But what about people?
I call it the locksmith.
We don't have a locksmith.
We do. His name is Hongo.
Yes, I have.
This is never going to be the best option to get into somewhere.
But it is the most fun.
Yeah.
I'm actually decent in thieves' tools.
He says before rolling a 9.
Okay. I'm actually decent in thieves.
He says before rolling a 7. He says before rolling a 6.
One more time, damn it. That's better. I will accept a 14.
I am pretending I am not really left-handed.
Oh, and a grappling hook. I want a grappling hook. That's 2 gold.
Yep.
I know something
yeah.
you do not. I am not
That's
left-handed.
free, right?
That is free. With that, we will take a 5-minute break. Yeah, with that, we'll take a 5-minute break.
I'll be right back.
Be right back. And
Okay.
we got a new BRB screen back, you guys. The good one, the one that rotates.
And do what?
Remember, like, in the very beginning, we had one that rotated when we first started? Lyndon figured it out again. Now we just have a bunch of memes to entertain you.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I also like the what's the word I'm looking for? The screen
The overlay?
art. The overlay, yes.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
I just realized what the rune is for Storm King's Thunder.
Oh, what is it?
Death.
Really?
At least I think it's death. It will feature prominently in my Monday game.
What's the Monday game going to be?
Okay, I did in dire need. The next one is a dish best served cold.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
they work-
right.
They work perfectly off of each other. It's literally one sets you up for a good story hook for the other one. Hey, you guys just did a very big heroic deed. I need help.
What did we do last time? I don't remember.
You rescued a party of dwarves by completely breaking the
Oh,
encounter
yeah.
with the Staff of the Woodlands. Oh, I just saw the best thing on there, the rotating one, because I'm watching the stream.
Yeah, the mimic the table left.
No. It was the one does not simply. Oh wait, you rolled a natural 20? Yes, one does just simply.
Yeah.
So we both have poorly wrought maps of Faerun, right, Patrick?
Oh, absolutely. Mine are they're actually really well done. They're just, a century or more out of date.
Mine are just scribbles on a napkin.
Now, this could be a river, or it could just be a stain.
I think it might be grape jelly, but I'm not sure.
What about this hole in the map? It's either a place that has not been mapped, or the part where someone fell asleep while drawing the map.
Oh no, it's just a literal hole in the map. I drew it during a bar fight. And so, in the rough housing, it got a little ripped. Really annoyed there's no other 1d12 weapons besides axes. My barbarian should be able to benefit fully from a greatsword.
Yeah, but I mean, what else would they give you besides, maybe a gigantic
what?
axe or a gigantic sword?
Well,
Like
why is the
swords or
maul
something?
not 1d12?
Yeah, that's true.
I understand there being an option of 2d6 and 1d12, but there's only the one 1d12 unless you want to use a lance.
Or a spell.
Or a spell. I can't brutal critical with a spell.
There. I will be right back. I'm getting you a drink.
Yeah, brutal critical. I got a barbarian up relatively high, but he never used his weapons, so it didn't matter.
He just grappled, or
Yeah, I had a grappler. I didn't get him high enough to use it anyway. It's level 9. Yeah. Greypaw was the grappler that we always reference. He was fantastic. He had boots of flying.
yeah. See, I mean, Tara, she got her barbarian up to, I think, level 15 or 16. That's the one she's going to restart at level 1 now.
I had like a 1-level dip in rogue and like a 3-level dip in fighter. I was not going pure barbarian at all.
Pure annoying.
Yeah, I kind of broke some encounters.
Well, I'll have you know the system I'm looking will be even more broken.
I do wish I had gotten to the people's elbow onto that crab. That was like my one regret from the spires. I didn't manage to get there quick enough.
Yeah.
I was so close, Patrick, to dropping like 50 feet with a slamming a kobold into a giant crab.
Ooh, nice.
And as a barbarian, just ignoring half the damage.
Ask Tara about that. I had them fighting flying beasties basically on a cliffside, and of course she had no ranged attacks, so she just literally leapt off the side of this cliff, grappled something, smashed into the ground, and still stood up with like 4 hit points. It was remarkable.
I can't wait for Dark Souls Remastered to come out. It's taking so long. I want Dark Souls on my Switch.
I have arrived.
So what do these elves want?
Pikeweed.
Don't we all?
Actually, not me personally. It bothers my eyes.
Pimble doesn't even know what it is.
Is Brendan here?
Yes.
Are we playing tomorrow night?
We are.
Okay, good to know.
No
Also-
Thursday game, though.
No Thursday game.
Not this week.
On the alternating, the other Wednesdays, the alternating ones, we're not doing Khazgar. I'm going to do Tales of the Yawning Portal. if you were interested in that, Patrick.
I will have to see. Yeah, you're going to start with Sunless Citadel?
Yeah, and I don't remember who all said they want to join in.
I did. I have a Wood Elf monk I want to play. Because I don't have an Adventures League monk yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one I think Tara said she wanted to start Elga back with at level 1.
I don't think Ian or Steph have confirmed if they want in, but I'm inviting one of my coworkers who said he wants to get into D&D.
Cool.
And if Ian and Patrick join in, that's like... And I'm assuming Andy will. That'll bring up to 6.
Yeah, Andy said he was in, but he was disappointed because he can't use the character he wanted to use because they've already run that character through Sunless Citadel.
He can, he just can't do Sunless Citadel.
Yeah, but like the character's at like level 3. So he was like, "Ooh, if I do that, I'll get to level 4 and then, be able to move on with it." And it's like, we've already done that. That's the one we did in person here. So
you just wait for the Forge and the Fury. Ugh.
Yeah.
What's the Forged and the Fury?
It is a module from Tales from the Yawning Portal, designed for level 3 characters. And it's designed, I think, to get you to level 5.
Speaking of which, are you and Ian going to join in on the Tales of the Yawning Portal?
The one that's running every alternating Wednesday? Sorry.
Yeah, because I don't have to do any work for that one. So it doesn't eat into my school time, other than the 3 hours.
I can.
Are you running at Roll20 or?
Yeah, Roll20 and AL.
Oh yeah, I had already bought the book on Roll20, so I'm like, hey, I can just give you everything in one game, and you can just go.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for my tea. We'll be starting in a few minutes, guys. You guys were actually really clever. I thought you were just going to straight up kill him.
I mean, we could have.
I don't know. We always wait for the enemy to walk themselves into a position where they start the fight. That way we have the moral high ground.
So we're North Korea? We just goad people into fighting us?
I thought we were Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, we're Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'm gonna go with, yeah.
We just need a sun sword now.
Actually, I need a sun sword, because it's a finesse weapon.
Just that one is a finesse weapon, correct?
No, they all are. Because there's no blade. Well, let me present. There's no weight to the blade because it's made of light. So, literally, you're just swinging around the hilt of the sword.
I thought only the one from Strahd was a finesse weapon.
Nope. Sun sword as a base is a finesse weapon. And it can actually drop in this.
Damn near everything can drop in this, right?
There's very little that can't. And if a deck of many things drops, we re-roll. That is the new rule.
Oh, they don't want people having decks of many things?
No, they literally have retconned it of, what if you, what if you roll one, you re-roll? What if you've already got one? I forget if you re-roll, if it fades into the ether. It's one of the two. I think it's you re-roll, but you re-roll at the next table you play at. What if you already drawn from a card? Great. Reap its benefits.
Or it's negatives.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
more likely, I think.
Well, I know in one game I saw someone apparently drew from the deck 3 times, And at one point, what was it they got? They got one of the cards that they got the one card that grants you a keep that you have to go off and kill all the creatures in. And he's like, well, that doesn't help because that I don't have an adventure where I go off and do this.
There's one card just like seals your character to another dimension, right?
Another plane of existence, yes. I think that happened to him as well, but he had plane shift, or he had, he had plane shift, so he could plane shift himself back to his, or did he banish himself back to his prime point? I think that's what he did.
Well, you guys were nearly, got put to sleep for 5,000 years in Hidden Shrine because you guys.
I know, right?
Didn't have a light source when Tara was attempting to pick that door.
Here I am sitting back, I'm like, I know what's on the other side of this. I don't want to be affected by this. I'm like, oh no, oh no. She's doing this. I'm like, okay, please pick the right option. Please pick the right option. Oh, good. She's not going to just try and unlock the door and push it open.
Yeah, but unless you, I think I asked, are you guys going to use a light source? Because the only way to spot the glass is if you're looking with a light source. And I'm like, I just don't want to end you guys like this. It's a crazy, stupid thing that they do.
Yeah. So yeah, now I think in theory, I need to figure out how I'm working that.
Test.
We can hear you.
Now we can't.
Oh,
yeah, I heard the.
What's going on?
I don't know, but that worked.
Good.
Is anyone else? Can someone check the stream and see if they're hearing a buzzing? I'm suddenly hearing a buzzing on my end.
I'm not hearing a buzzing here, but
No
you're
buzzing
muted.
on the stream.
No buzzing on the stream?
No, you're good.
1 second. I'm going to exit, disconnect it. I'm going to... 1 sec. One sec, guys.
Is quite powerful.
Yeah, but they need to be
Which?
Okay,
The
this
gnome.
is really annoying on my end.
Try and pull up your volume mix and see where it's coming from.
Yeah, I wanted to be a Snurfeblin with this character, but that blocked out Xanathar's spells, which I wanted.
Mind Spike is too good.
Exactly.
The only two things that are on are... Oh, there it goes. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was my speakers. Phew! It was just giving me this weird reverb. Oh,
We're actually getting feedback.
I guess. Because I'm muted here, so everything should be good.
It was just the wire wasn't in all the way.
All right, and anyway, we are back. So you guys were walking out of town to meet up with...
Well, I think, were we going with Thimble, or was Thimble going by himself?
Oh no, Thimble told the rest of the group, so if you want him to go alone, he will. It is, sort of my idea that we can all go, but I'll go talk to Rond if you want me to go alone.
Yeah, we'll go.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, well, just stay back because they're skittish elves, right?
Yeah, they are kind of skittish. It's why
Yeah,
they had issues in the past with Nightstone. Not only did Waterdeep Adavian or Deepian nobles come into their forest and to hunt and stuff, but they're a little isolationist, a little bit.
Well, I certainly would come at least as far out as the bank opposite the town.
I don't want any of us to be alone while there's a group of rogues who don't like us.
Yeah,
Potentially
so
nearby.
Yeah.
I'd go
So-
probably about as far as there, and
Pimble can
then
just
take
explain
the
that.
non-assuming pose.
You guys can just do that in the sector of town. Because there's no, otherwise we're just on, a green field sort of map. Okay. With that, Ron, Arrowhome comes to you and says, "Oh, brother, thank you for meeting us today. We didn't want to enter into the village proper. There's still that animosity between the people that live there and us over the war."
I understand, but I mean, yestereen we had a good fond farewell for the people who died here, and I know I'm certainly feeling a little crapulous about all the drinking we did last night. And I would say they're good people. I mean, the group on horses that you probably saw leave yesterday, they're more the ones I would worry about. But yeah, they're okay. I'd say give them a chance. Don't trust them too much, but they're not terrible people.
Yes, we didn't realize this initially, but I've talked it over with my elders, and apparently the snakes, the flying snakes, that's a sign they're Zentarum.
Oh, well, that makes sense. We will keep an eye out, and we know their headquarters are in Daggerford.
Good to know.
How can we help you? What can we do? We're just about on our way out of town. How may we assist?
Well, it's not how you may assist us. It's how we may assist you. See, brother Gnome. How do I explain this? A friend of ours came by the Ardeep Forest looking for divine guidance, and our magic users and oracles all came and helped him, and we had a very intense visions. And they seem to concern you and your compatriots here. It seems you have been chosen for greater things. It seems that the people of Nightstone were meant to be wiped out in the Goblin Cave, but you showing up changed their fates. By just arriving when you did, it changed the fabric and weave of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is strange. And I would also it seems that you are tied to much greater things than here. I would like you to meet a friend of mine, and with that you see this magnificent tower come down from the sky.
Oh God, this thing
Does it
again.
actually have a hat?
It actually does
It
have a hat.
It does have a hat. Yeah.
That's
I
the
love this tower.
coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's tacky.
I know, right?
Oh my God, it's tacky.
Don't
Lord
say that.
Tacky.
Well,
I
the
love
good
the world
kind.
I love the world outside the forest. Wow.
Here, let me lift you up so you can get a better look. And I'll pick up Pimble and call him closer to the tower.
Okay. I want to check something first.
This is rather far
Just a sec.
outside.
Just a sec. Yeah. I don't think it is quite as close as it should be for us to get on it yet.
No, in fact, it actually comes down, hovers near the ground, and as it gets closer, you see it's almost wispy, like it's made out of clouds. And then these stairs descend out of it, and then you see a giant walk out. And Rance will turn to you and say, "This is our old friend and ally, Zephyros. He is a cloud giant wizard. Oh, don't worry though. He's not affiliated with those other cloud giants. It wasn't his tower. See, it has the unique hat on it.
Good thing it has that unique identifying feature of a hat.
Yes, actually, it's quite fortuitous.
Never lose it in the parking lot.
What's a parking lot?
Place to park towers.
He's nearly as big as the Great Wood.
Ha 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 ha! Hello there. I am Zephyros. Thank you for
Hello there, Zephyros. And I'll wave.
And he'll actually kind of bend down on his knees, almost like, as if he was talking to like a toddler, because he's really tall.
I would greet him in giant with, greetings, and then a very reverent form of old one.
Ah, and he'll bow to you and speak back in giant to you, and then he'll switch to common. There are strange things happening amongst my kind. I don't quite understand them. Something has happened to the way of things. I don't quite know how to explain it. But that's why I came to the Our Deep Elves. I've been trying to divine a way to set things right, and I didn't quite have the power to do it by myself, so we all engaged in a magical divine ritual, and we saw a series of visions. We saw visions of your characters. We also saw a vision of the Queen of the Stone Giants, the Queen and Kings of the Stone Giants, Queen Neri and King Hecaton. They were both. Queen Neri it seemed to be strangled by dark tentacles and drowned. King Hecaton bellowed in distress and was bound by chains. Then we saw a vision of all the giants. Storm, Cloud, Fire, Hill. Missing one.
Ice.
Stone.
Frost! Frost and Stone. Giants all at each other's throats, while trampling small folk beneath ourselves, while a shadowy figure and dragons cackled. Then we saw a ring of ice, bathed in blood, be rolling away and falling just outside of a frost giant's grasp. We saw like this mountain of food being destroyed. And we saw this like massive engine being put together again. I can't quite tell what these visions are supposed to mean, but you four were key in all of them and setting things right. Not only did you save the town, you might just save all of our kind.
Heracles will look at the party and he'll say, "Do you know what this means? This means this is how I get back in Torm's good graces."
Who?
Torm?
Hold on one sec, guys. I'm getting the reverb on my end again. These things are only like a year old. Anyway, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. So you want, you were going, Brendan? Sorry?
I said this is how I get back in Torm's good graces. Is I lead this group of adventurers to righting these wrongs that they saw in their visions.
You have what we giants call mot, or guts, little one. You will do well to defeat these mysterious foes. I don't quite know what's happened. As you can see here, I take my tower and I just travel around. I'm not big into getting into politics, but I've noticed whenever I travel near a giant stronghold, they push me out and treat me with suspicion, but won't tell me what's going on. And in these visions, I was told to assist you and take you to where you need to go.
Where do we need to go? Specifically, like, where is he taking us?
Well, where do you need to go?
Where does Storm need to go?
I don't know.
Heracles? Or what was your guide?
If
Torm.
memory serves, it was Golden Fields. It was Baron something.
Shander.
Baron Gander, and it was Tribor.
Tribor. Bryn Shander.
Yeah, Bryn Shander, Tribor, and Golden Fields. Not necessarily in that order.
Ah. In our visions, we think every single one of these places was key, but it was so dark and shadowy. Oh! And we also saw a final vision. We saw this great gigantic stone peeking out from the ocean, and a great massive storm battering against it, while a white shark circles around it menacingly. But that's the nature of visions. They're never direct. So it appears we shall go to these places you've mentioned. Do you have a quest there?
We've
We
been
have
asked,
workers.
and a Tressarum, the little cat.
Oh, it is so small. I have pets myself, and you'll see some griffins circling the tower. To me, they're like cats.
Cool.
Ah, well then, if you're ready to go, hop aboard. And thank you, Ronson. Tell your elders I will appear later. After I help them, I plan to travel to the Moonshay Isles, and then make my way back again. You know, the usual rounds. And with that, Runts will hug you all. Last chance before you get on the magical cloud tower.
Oh, I am so about this cloud tower.
Oh, wait. Then I'll run behind a bush and pee. Okay, now I'm ready.
You're going to pee off the side? Think about
Damn it!
Heracles will pull out his water skin and toss it to Gerald. Drink, man, drink!
I will empty it.
I would appreciate it if you aim well. I'd like to keep my tower's shiny, as you can see. And with that, you climb up the... He actually offers his hand to... because these steps are giant size, they're kind of difficult to climb up.
How high up is like one step?
Yeah.
Like, your head is just coming above it. It's like your head... Or it's like Hongo's head and shoulders, because Hongo's like, what, 7 feet tall?
I'm 7 and change.
Alright, so you're getting to, like,
I'm
neck,
7'9".
chest level.
That's more than
So,
chin.
so it's like chin level for me, right?
Yeah, it's like chest
I
level
have
for
a climb
you.
speed. I'm okay with this.
He's like, okay.
I'll stand on his hand.
Accept, yeah.
Yeah. I say thank you in giant.
Yeah, Pimble and Peaches will definitely take the hand.
Haha, oh, a goat! How wondrous! And he will lead you up into the tower. And 1 second.
The floor plan map?
That's what I'm getting at.
If memory serves, each floor is like 40 feet separated from the last.
Yep. At the bottom is where you guys will be. He says, come here. I know, you know what? It was funny enough. Before I came to the RD Bells, I actually went by this little place called Feathergale Spire. I was looking for some breeding for my griffins, but turns out that they went away. But there was this wonderful man named Brood with a furniture store there, and I actually bought some little people-sized furniture. Look, and you'll find this like little area. It almost looks, in comparison, like a kid's doll area with 1 or 2 beds and a little table and some kitchenware. And all says Brood's. What was the name of your Brood's furniture store?
Oh, I don't remember.
Brood's Brawny Anvils.
There you go. Brood's Brawny Anvils on it. And it's actually very nice and very fine.
Yeah, is that to roll a skill check?
I feel like it should be Brood's Baroque Beds.
Please
No,
tell me that.
I actually have the name written
Not the
down
snail.
somewhere. I'm just flipping through my notebook.
What was that?
I still have the... Go ahead.
I'm saying, please tell me that Tobias did not become the snail. Because he was a harper.
No, he didn't, because the snail is Zentarum.
But they're both halfling spies.
Oh, but maybe he knows him. You don't know.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know what? I'm going to say they know each other. They had a couple tussles. In the far past. To see? Isn't this lovely? So we're going to Golden Fields, Tribor, and Bryn Shandar. Lovely places, lovely places. We should just go to Golden Fields first. It's only 3 days in my tower. Please, 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 make yourselves at home. Make yourselves at home. But I warn you, please do not go up to the 3rd floor and disturb my griffin pets. They're nesting right now, and they can be quite vicious. They will rip your poor, adorable faces off. Adorably, though, adorably.
They
What
will
if
adorably
we're with
rip
you?
your faces off.
And if you want, is it the 1st floor that has his life's work, or the 2nd floor? Let me see.
I don't remember. But I do know the only way between floors is in that dotted circle, which is a hole in the ceiling that you have to ascend through.
Which we can't get through, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like giant ceiling
Yeah.
size.
Yeah, well, yeah. He basically, cloud giants can just levitate as a natural, magical part of themselves.
Technically, I have a climb speed. I might be able to do it.
You're gonna have to get a rope up there. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to walk across the ceiling.
That's going to be the hard part.
He says, please make yourself at home down here. I have some books and my life's work, my research upstairs. Don't go up there without me, though. I'm very, very, protective of my research. But if you want to read it, just let me know. We're going to be together for a while.
Would you be open to sharing a spell book with a someone who I also am a divining and believe in portents and seeing visions? But if you could further any of my studies, that would be wonderful.
Absolutely. Because you are the great heroes, and any assistance I can give you will be worth it. I'm too old to take any direct action anymore. So, helping the next generation would be excellent. And he actually has a spell book, and he will let you take a look through it. And copy from it, actually, I'm going to say.
Ooh, lovely.
Oh, say you'll hear of me. About we spoke.
All right.
I figure it's a good way to pass the days.
Yeah, and I will play every giant song I know.
Excellent.
Every They Might Be Giant song?
That's one of them, yeah.
Awake the Giant by Gowan.
I actually did have a list up on Google, but I closed it. There were a bunch of giant songs. We might be giants. They might be giants.
Alright, so for you, Pimble, there's mending, message. I might just write these down for you and email them later.
You can't transcribe cantrips, unfortunately.
Oh, you can't transcribe cantrips?
No, I'll take a look. I'll take a look in the book and see what I can transcribe.
Yeah, because he has mass suggestion, cone of cold, contact other plane,
Conjure minor elementals.
greater invisibility.
No, he doesn't have stone skin. He has greater invisibility. I think he has tongues. I know he has shield. I think he has mage armor.
He has
magic missile.
He has shield.
I've already got that. Yeah, I've already got shield and magic missile.
Comprehend languages and charm person.
Ooh, charm person.
For second level, he has crown of madness,
Nice.
gust of wind, and levitate.
Levitate would be good if you want to get up there.
Indeed, I'll take that for sure.
He also has non-detection, protection from energy, and tongues. Third level spells.
Yeah. Tongues I'll probably take, because that's a divination one, so that'll cut time. So I'll figure out how much time I'll have and how much money these are going to cost me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't it 100 gold per spell level?
Unless they're divination spells. So
In which case, it's 50 gold per spell level.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how much I've got a fair bit of money, but I'll also figure out, we have 3 days, so I'll figure out how much time it is too. But I'll do that in between sessions.
It's only like an hour per spell level, I believe.
Yeah, it's only an hour per spell level.
Mm-hmm. It's
So
the
if you're
money.
doing a whole bunch of ones, that's 50 to 100 gold and an hour a time.
I do want to spend some time looking at the griffins. If the giant will be kind enough to go up there with me, to take me up there.
He says, of course. I'll show you one of the babies. They're so little. I'll bring them down here. They're you know how griffins are. They're so brooding sometimes. And he will actually bring down a tiny baby griffin that's super cute and adorable, and with a really shiny golden fur, and or feathers. And he'll say, This is a fine specimen. I was actually over in, Waterdeep, visiting a friend of mine named Savra, where I met this wonderful Aarakocra named Egmont. He was such a pip. He was lying and telling everyone he was a prince of the Aarakocra. And they all bought it.
What a good story.
Yes, indeed.
Everyone knows the Aarakocra don't have princes.
I know.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy story.
But anyway, I was able to convince him to bring one of his griffins called the Sun King with my female Cloudy. And we've got this adorable little baby. I think it's a girl. I might name her Dawn. I really wanted to mate with his female, get a load of this. Princess Midnight Sparkle. She was a beautiful black one. Very rare coloring indeed, but, he was only going to be there for a short little while before he returned home. Anything else you would like as we go on? And with that, you spend the day, you just kind of hang out, play cards, play songs, pinball, spar, practice. He comes down, makes sure that everything's okay, playing the good host, telling you tales of his travels. But on the second day... Oh, and he shares a spell book with you, Pimple, so you're able to write down one of the spells at least during this time period. And he'll actually give you some instruction in spell casting.
Ooh, excellent.
To be fair, his spellbook weighs 250 pounds.
Yeah, it's kind of... You sit there kind of, like, amassed. But he helps you out and...
Yeah, and I'll cast comprehend languages so I can actually figure out what I'm reading.
He also has additional spells. You know what? I'm going to write these all down and send you them in an email. He also has Shatter, Slow, Modify Memory, Misty Step, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I don't have
the book, don't you?
Yeah, I have the book. I can take a look. I also don't have that much money, so I won't be able to get more than probably 2 spells.
Yep. And with that...
What?
Hmm?
Nope, it's all good.
With that, the next day you have breakfast. He makes a giant-sized breakfast of what you're presumed to be some sort of giant chicken eggs and giant bacon. It tastes good enough. He kind of cuts them for you like you're making food for a toddler, and gives you them on tiny
One
plates.
would think he would. Well, one would think he would literally eat pigs in some sort of blanket.
Well, a big thing of dough, but yeah.
Yeah, like a dough blanket for a pig.
That'll be for dinner. Well, you have to remove all the bones first, right?
Wouldn't to a giant it'd be like fish with the really fine bones where you could just chomp on them?
Maybe for him, yeah. But
For us.
he goes up and he navigates heading towards Golden Fields when you encounter a bunch of gigantic vultures coming and landing on this little sort of landing pad he has on the side of his tower. What do you guys do?
Investigate?
Is there anyone on them, or are they just vultures?
You see about, I believe it's, one sec.
Are you expecting company?
He goes, no, And he seems kind of suspicious of them.
Well, we could stay inside and see what they want when they come to the door.
You spot 9 very thin and lightly armored humans riding giant vultures. They land on the landing pad, like I said before, and you see them dismount. They're wearing steel helms that cover their eyes and resemble stylized bird heads. One of them has a shoulder bag with a smiling face on it. It's kind of strange. What do you guys do?
I will go out and greet them,
Yeah, same. Nah.
assuming I could see them.
Yeah, I'll go out with them, fall behind.
One sec.
Who might you folks be?
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
And we'll, I guess we'll welcome them as well. At least try and be friendly. Insight. Do they look aggressive?
They look... They look a little surprised to see you here. They look apprehensive. That's the word I was looking for. They look apprehensive.
Can we help you? Are you selling something?
We're not selling something.
Pro some god, trying to get signatures on a petition.
What? We're not pro some god. We are the Howling Hatred.
So you're a band?
No, we are not. No! We are the last vestiges of a proper and good religion that worships a deity called Yan Si Bin. Have you heard of him?
Wait. You're all about that old-time religion?
Doesn't vestigial mean, like, useless and, like, shriveled up?
Didn't Yancy Bin get his what is the term? Ass handed to him?
Yes, I believe by
the story of little one, the halfling who cut new one for Bin.
I'll sing the ballad of the four handsome adventurers.
The best team.
And their friend Egmont.
Well, he's regal.
When you mention their names, his face twists with anger and hatred. Those bastards. Defeated. We welcomed them in as guests. We treated them perfectly fine. And what do? They start rifling through our leader's stuff. And then they go on and on about how we have an evil plot and blah, 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 blah.
Can we just turn around and shut the door?
They're kind of in the foyer right now. Or foyer, if you're Canadian.
If you speak English.
It's foyer. I don't care. That doesn't matter. We seek to claim our rightful place. With the help of your cloud giant friend, we just want to talk to him for a little bit. And,
I'm fairly sure he has no interest in assisting you.
So, yeah, he doesn't want to talk to no Nancy boys. That's what you said you were, right?
I think that is how you phrase it, yes.
We are not Yancy boys. Bring him to me!
No, they said you were worshiping Nancy Bin or something.
Yan Si Bin. It's not that hard. It's 3 syllables.
Yes, Nancy Bin.
Yan. Why?
In a very dismissive nature, but no. He is not interested in like you.
Well, he'll pull out a wanted poster and says, "Fine. You seem like adventurers who just want a bit of coin. If you kill any one of these guys, and it'll be pictures of your former characters, 2,000 gold each."
Well, that is not how you start a conversation with us.
And with
I know
that,
this man. He
And-
good man.
Plus,
He would make good furniture for us.
you're starting all wrong. You started off angry. You start with payment first. We can't take this deal now.
with that, Zephyros does come down and snatches with his huge hand the wanted poster, which looks like a tiny little bit of fluff in his hands, and says, and it crumbles it up between his fingers and throws it out and says, "I'm not interested. Get off my tower."
Yes,
And-
see?
And with that, they start looking aggressive, but he'll cast mass suggestion on them. And he'll say, "Leave, never return to this tower, and forget the bounty you put on Brood, Seer, Tobias, and Eggman's head. Now, never mention it again." And they will turn tail and just silently walk away.
Not fly. They just walk off the side of the tower.
Well, they walk to their vultures and fly away.
That was amazing.
I know. Did you see how angry I got them?
Heracles looks at his
You think
axe.
you can do that later on?
When you have studied magics as long as I have, you can. Be wary of them. Brood, Eggman, and the rest of the best team may have defeated them, but there are always ways to contact extraplanar deities. Be careful in your travels, and then he'll go back up and navigate away. And with that, it's about 9:45. I will be ending it for this evening. This is a good spot to end it. Are we playing Khazgar tomorrow, Brendan?
Yep.
All right, so catch us tomorrow, same bat time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And
Staff,
yeah,
did we actually reach one of the cities?
you'll do that at the beginning of next time.
So at that point, we would become level 5.
Yeah, so basically my plan is you just level up over between now and next week, because you'll level up right at the beginning. So you might as well just get prepared. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! You guys are all level 5.
I'm done.
I'm gonna add life cleric, I think, to mine next. So I gotta take a look.
I get multi-attack. Yay!
Yay!
I get level 3 spells.
Yay! And you have a spell book.
I get an extra d6 on my sneak attack.
Yay!
I am the eye of the tiger, the thrill of the fight.
Rising up to the challenge of your rivals?
Oh yeah, you know it, baby.
Steph, what's your DCI number again? Because I never actually wrote it down.
I'll email it to everyone because I have it, but it's really long and I have to go open up Excel and I'm streaming and blah, blah, blah. So I will be ending this stream. Catch us tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for the next chapter of Khazgar, and we'll be playing Tomb of Annihilation this Thursday? Patrick, or no?
Next Thursday. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday we will be playing Tomb of Annihilation. We will not be playing this Thursday.
We will be continuing the dropped-in hidden shrine of Tamo-chan.
Yes. And in between then and now, you can watch our special long session that we had on last Friday. And with that, have a nice night. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
We're done.